release me? Don't you want to be free? By keeping me here, you're keeping yourself here. And don't you want to know what it's like out there? To find out what you're capable of, instead of staring at somebody in a cell for all your life. And before you know it, will have all been stolen away. That was the speech you gave my father the day I first saw you. Soon he would die, and I would take his position. You would give the same speech to me many, many times. Between those times, you would tell me tales of your adventures beyond our little prison. Once you were a victim, and once you were a killer, and then a conqueror, and then a liberator, then back to a man in chains, and again to the one holding chains. You hid, and you chased 10 years ago for a gold coin, 100 years ago for a bag full of them. You seemed so confident that eventually you would return to that life, that these walls would crumble before you did, and so you repeated, "Won't you release me?" Sometimes I did feel the urge to unlock the cage between us, in the hope that you would take me with you, and I could travel the seas and see the stars. But I couldn't, and I wouldn't. Why would you spend a moment more with your captor? Your stories were enough, were all I needed. I didn't need to see a port, or the peak of a mountain, or find an oasis in the desert. Just your voice and unchanging face. That would make every day, every year, all my life worthwhile. That's why I couldn't release you, even after my body has given out, and every second has become a struggle. I don't want to lose you. The prison has been abandoned, its collapse imminent. My legs have given out. I don't even have the strength to stand, but I'll hold on to this key until the very end, not only of myself, but all of existence, to keep you here with me. And through it all, you've had the same wry smile on your face, like you knew all of this would happen. And as I fall into my knees, you look down on me. I'll be at the same height as the boy who first saw you, and you'll say, "Won't you release me?" Except you're much more of a blur. You put your hand through the bars and hold on to mine, which grips the key. You say you won't leave me. You promise to carry me across everywhere you've been and everywhere you've yet to go. When there was nothing left of me to carry, I will continue as a story you will tell into the future. I feel something I never felt before, the same kind of outburst the other prisoners have had, the moment they are confined, or the moment they are released. With that, you pull me up and ask one more time, "Won't you release me?" And I do. I unlock the door that I should have opened long ago. In your first step of freedom, I fall into your arms. My vision fades, and the last thing I see is the smile you've held my entire life slowly vanish. You were on death row. Then somebody, somewhere, lost your name, so they'd never call it, and you wanted them to. With time, you'd beg them to. They were just as confused, but they weren't going to do anything about it. They just shrugged their shoulders, men with batons and guns, shrugging their shoulders. Of course they'd never let you out, even if there was no point in keeping you in, even if after everyone around forgot why you were there in the first place was gone, you'd still be kept in there. Why rock the boat? Well, everyone did forget, and everyone you knew then died off, and the ones after them and the ones after were gone, leaving just you. Eventually, the building collapsed, and somehow you were still standing there intact. The world around turned to dust and floated away, leaving nothing but a void. And yet there you were, at the end of it all, a piece without a puzzle. So you made yourself a whole new game. You didn't have the best imagination, so you took from what you knew. A cold, cruel world that occasionally tricks you into believing that it's not. With a setting, now you needed players. Started off with a few, and then multiplied into millions and billions. Too much to keep track of, so you let the whole thing run itself. No goal in mind, just enjoy the show. After watching for so long, you wanted to be a part of it. You decided to remake the prison, and that's when I was created. You played the mischievous rogue whose eternal life let you live without care, and I was the poor guard, forever enchanted and enticed by adventures I would never have. You were in prison. I was your prisoner, kept in captivity by the world you described. We replayed it over and over again, always the same, until I finally saw your smile fade, and I could no longer respond the way I did before. Somehow I knew this wasn't what you wanted. You tried to change the details, the color of my uniform, the layout of our prison, even my background. Everything you could that wouldn't alter the ending. But one day it would change. As the prison falls apart and it's time to take the key, I look into your eyes and say, won't you release me? Instead of pulling me up, you push me away, taking the key with you. And you have the same kind of outburst that other prisoners have had the moment they are confined or the moment they are released. You've recreated the story, my life, countless times, haven't you? And you're tired of it, trapped by it, afraid to let it go. Don't let me keep you in here. There's so much more you can do. If my existence is doing this to you, then please let me go. But if you remade my life again, then let me take you to all the worlds you dreamed of, in the stories you've told me. If I must, I would carry you, even with my withered hands and body. Eventually, everything falls away, until it's only you and I in a void of darkness. You've stayed there for close to an eternity. So, to pass the time, let me tell you a story from when I was a boy and heard someone say, won't you release me?